Shooting is something every player must know how to do and can know how to do. But it's actually the one aspect of the game that I get the most questions from. I mean, a lot of players are stuck. They get told from their coaches that their shot is wrong, they need to fix this detail or that detail, they're inconsistent, they need to do this to be a threat. And it's just so much, they in the past year and a half, I cannot tell you how complicated we as coaches and trainers have made shooting. With the countless videos of us dissecting players, shooting forms, athletes have gotten so confused on what proper form is, what's a great starting point, what are the must. Older parents and coaches, I feel like they want this cookie cutter mold where every player must shoot the same. I always hear you must have your elbow in, you must keep your guide hand turned in, just for example. But some of the best shooters of all times don't even do that. A lot of the greatest shooters in the NBA don't keep their elbow in, and even one of the best shooters of all time turned his guide hand when he shot. Coaches seem to overfocus and meticularize these small details as to why players miss shots. They just help them understand simple concepts they need to master. In today's video, I want to help any player understand how to perfect foundation form for their shooting. Not only will I break down how to become a consistent shooter simply, but I will prove that it's simple by showing you clips of the best shooters in the world doing exactly what I'm teaching. Step one is you got to have balance. You got to push off the toes of your feet, and you got to be able to master that groundwork. Balance fixes a lot. It fixes pushing the ball. It fixes you shooting the ball left to right. It fixes you being able to get lift on your shot. I mean, when I help an athlete with their shot, I focus on them jumping straight up, straight down off their toes, and shoot in one fluent motion. When they master balance, they can use more legs, have more arc, and become more consistent when they get tired or when they move out to a further spot like the three-point line.
Good knee bend. L in the shooting arm.
Step two is L posture. All great shooters have L posture. Especially for these younger athletes, you got to understand L posture sums up almost all the hitches and no-nos that coaches squawk over. L posture helps you get enough elevation and push the ball up instead of out. It helps you get great arc on your jumper, and it also requires you to shoot at the peak of your shot, so it maximizes the perfect shooting trajectory degree that you need to be a consistent shooter. When you focus on an athlete having good L posture, their elbow, usually when they're younger, stays in, and they develop great arc on their shot. But I want to let you guys know, coaches, parents, when the athlete gets old enough, their elbow in really doesn't matter. They're strong enough to get the ball to the hoop. We got to focus on arc. That's got to be the main thing. So let them do what's comfortable. Just make sure their L posture is there to give them enough strength, again, to push the ball up in the air to shoot instead of forward. The third step is 45-degree release or locked arm. I always say elbow to eye or nose to armpit. You want your shooting arm to be locked and at 45 degrees when you're releasing the ball. I always talk about drawing a line straight out from your armpit and straight up from your shoulder. It makes a right angle. 45 degrees is exactly in the middle, and that's where your shooting arm needs to be, and puts the ball into a consistent trajectory degree to give it the perfect angle to travel up and into the hoop. All great shooters consistently follow through with their arm going from 40 to 50 degrees every time. The last and final step is follow through towards the hoop. Where are you trying to shoot the ball? It's to the hoop. So follow through towards it and give the ball a pathway to where it needs to go. All shooters leave their follow through facing the hoop. Even if their follow through drifts away after they release the ball, right when it's snapped, it's always at the hoop consistently. When your shot is going left to right, it's because of your follow through. So spread those fingers, snap your wrist, and hold that follow through towards the hoop. Just please understand, when you overcomplicate and throw a ton of details at players, they actually become more confused in sessions or in practice. And they will listen to you. But when you start pointing out every detail they're doing wrong, they're not going to remember the concepts or all of this. It's going to be overwhelming. So they're not going to implement the things that you teach them after the session. If you don't want to follow these 4 concepts, I guarantee you can make your shot work. Anything can work if you work on it long enough and consistently over a repeated time. This is just going to be something that gets you there quicker, faster, and with less frustration. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know you're going to implement these concepts, and I can't wait to hear how they work for you. My name is Coach Ben. I'm from Tier Basketball Training, and never forget to train with a purpose.
My dad, he always told me, if you want to be good, you got to keep at it, because while you're resting, somebody out there is working in the world.